The press tour is officially over, and today marked Canelo's first day back in training camp. And it was intense enough to get a reaction out of Terence Crawford. After their face-off in New York, the tension between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford was undeniable. There's real bad blood now, and this fight is turning out to be way more heated than fans expected. Canelo's training is fueled by pure hatred this time. Unlike his last camp, there's a different fire in him. Crawford's trash talk lit a spark, and now Canelo's pushing himself harder than ever. He's coming in locked and loaded, showcasing his top weapons and sharpest techniques. And the footage proves it. Crawford couldn't help but respond on social media, even throwing a bit of humor into it. But for the first time, fans picked up on something new. A hint of fear in Terence Crawford's words. "I'm ready for whatever he brings. I see what he's doing. Bravo," he posted. Amir Khan had already warned Crawford about stepping into the ring with Canelo. And while the American remains confident, he's admitted before that there are two key parts of Canelo's style that actually worry him. Over the years, Canelo's earned a brutal reputation for the sheer power behind his punches.
Canelo got a great resume. I'm not going to take it away from him. He's fought a lot of great champions, but, at the age that he fought him in, they was already on a decline, some of them, and when he didn't, you see what happened. He fought Laura, and I thought Laura beat him. He fought,
More than half of Canelo's wins have come by knockout, and that says a lot. Even though Crawford isn't intimidated by the challenge, there's no denying that Canelo's size and raw power could create serious problems. Speaking to TMZ Sports back in September 2024, Crawford said, "This fight is massive, definitely. You've got two guys who are top 3 pound for pound going head-to-head. I know Canelo's bigger than me, but I'm up for the challenge. I think it's a very intriguing fight." In a more recent sit-down with Carl Froch, Crawford was asked point-blank whether he thinks the Mexican superstar is past his prime. His answer was clear. "I wouldn't say that," he said. "I just feel like, certain fighters bring out a different kind of fire in others. Like waking up a sleeping giant."
What happened? He fought Bivol when he went up and tried to be great like I'm doing. And, he came up short. When he fought my boy from Texas, they gave him problems. But, it is what it is. Sit around and,
I love that. It's beautiful. It's nice to give back, especially to somebody like you. The inspiration is just unbelievable.
Definitely, especially being from Omaha, Nebraska, and being the only successful boxer that made it from Omaha, that still lives in Omaha. I give so many people in Omaha hope and the drive that they can do the same thing. I'm motivation.
In his recent fights, it felt like Canelo was thinking these guys aren't on my level. But knowing the kind of fighter I am, I believe it will push him to rise to the occasion. So I'm expecting to face the very best version of Canelo Alvarez. After wrapping up the press tour on Sunday, Canelo took Monday off to rest and was back in the gym Tuesday morning. He was spotted hitting pads, throwing heavy shots on the bag, and pushing through conditioning drills to make sure he's in peak shape for the fight just 2 months away. Most importantly, Canelo Alvarez was seen sparring as he worked on his defense, his offense, and his footwork. The plan behind this phase of training is to keep things light while keeping his body in top condition. Later on, he'll ramp things up with more intense sessions. Another key reason is that Terence Crawford has had a solid head start training for this fight since January. Canelo, meanwhile, was focused on William Skull. So now he's trying to make up for the time that went into preparing for that fight. Let's Go Champ Crawford is going to get knocked out in his own blood. That's what I needed to hear to know you're finishing Crawford in September. One fan wrote in the comments, another added, Canelo has a crazy work ethic, only true love for the sport makes a man who's already achieved everything keep pushing himself like this. Canelo Alvarez is a legend. Young boxers should look up to. A third fan said boxing got tired of weak cards like Fatal Fury in Times Square, so now we're getting Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. What a time to be alive. One fan added, Terence Crawford can bulk up all he wants, but Canelo is Canelo for a reason. Get ready for the big one. I can't wait. Despite the clear weight disadvantage, even Canelo Alvarez knows he's about to face the toughest challenge of his career when Crawford moves up 2 weight classes to meet him at the 168-pound division later this year. Because of that, he started training early to make sure he's fully prepared, both physically and mentally, to take on the first undisputed world champion across multiple weight classes in the 4-belt era. Canelo Alvarez has added new training strategies to prepare for Terence Crawford, focusing on his movement, boxing IQ, and sharp counter-punching to get ready for the fight. Canelo has been training with intensity, knowing that a loss would mark the 3rd defeat of his career. But more than that, this loss would cost him all his championship belts and could be the moment he has to pass the torch and say goodbye to his era of dominance in past interviews. Canelo has been asked why he keeps fighting after everything he has accomplished, and his answer has always been simple. I love boxing, he said. While Canelo's love for boxing is very real, many of his fans hope he doesn't go out with a loss that would feel humiliating, especially against a fighter moving up from a lower division. They would rather see him retire as a champion with his legacy fully intact. Canelo Alvarez is not the type to completely change his approach at this stage. He's had massive success doing things his way. However, one change made perfect sense to him and his team: a new training location for his pay-per-view title defense against Terence Crawford on September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Alvarez has moved his camp to Lake Tahoe, California, which sits at an altitude of about 6,000 feet. He previously trained in San Diego, which is right at sea level. After a media workout on Wednesday, Alvarez said, "We always prepare 100% no matter where we are. It's different being here. At first I couldn't breathe very well, but right now I feel great. I found a place that makes me happy and strong."
Boom, 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 bang. Boom, boom, boom,
"I like being here in Lake Tahoe because I'm 100% focused. It's just me and my team, and we're locked in on the fight. It makes me feel fully ready. The fact that he's healthy is another reason Canelo feels confident heading into such a tough matchup." The Mexican star blamed his recent lackluster performances, including the loss to Dmitry Bivol and underwhelming wins over Gennady Golovkin and John Ryder, on injuries, especially a sore left wrist that required surgery late last year. Now the wrist is fully healed, which means he's been able to train without holding back. "I feel great," he said. "This is going to be one of the best camps I've ever had. I feel great being able to train 100% now with my left hand. And that's made me more confident. When you train knowing you're healthy, you go into the fight with more belief in yourself. Alvarez says fans can expect to see the dominant version of him return when he steps in with Terence "Bud" Crawford.
Your motivation, you're on weight, you're one of the best fighters in history, but you're very successful. You don't have to work hard. You could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing and I love being fighting. So that's why I'm here.
Canelo Alvarez is not the type who enjoys trash talk or loud drama. But for some reason, certain opponents love to test his patience. Caleb Plant did exactly that before their November 2021 fight. He taunted Canelo every chance he got, and even got into a physical altercation with him during a press conference. Edgar Berlanga followed a similar path. Both men ended up losing their undefeated records the moment the first bell rang. But while Plant and Berlanga walked away with losses, it was Billy Joe Saunders who faced the worst beating both physically and mentally for years. Saunders mocked Canelo, making fun of the way he spoke, and attacking his skills in the ring from every angle. When the two finally met, Alvarez showed no mercy, stopping the British fighter in round 8 and breaking his orbital bone. That rivalry is now in the past 4 years later, but the tension between Alvarez and Terence Crawford is just beginning. On September 13th, they will finally face off, with ring champion Alvarez defending his undisputed super middleweight titles once again, while Crawford looks to make history in another weight class. When the fight was first announced, the tone was respectful. They were not close, but the mutual respect was clear. Since then, everything has changed. Crawford has been bold toward Alvarez, both in what he says and how he acts. What started as mutual respect has turned into clear tension, and now Alvarez is sending a warning, while Crawford is one of the most skilled fighters the sport has ever seen. Alvarez says he plans to give him the same kind of brutal beating he gave others. You watch the Saunders fight, right? Alvarez told a reporter from Fight Hub TV. He pissed me off too. It's going to be almost the same.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Some analysts have raised doubts about Crawford's ability to compete at super middleweight. Their skepticism comes partly from his most recent fight, a decision win over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, where he failed to deliver the dominant performance many were expecting.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be. It's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner, but look, it's gonna be.
Despite the concerns, the potential matchup between Canelo and Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans. The mix of power, speed, skill, and star presence from both men sets up what could be a truly unforgettable fight. Canelo picked up another win on Saturday, as he often does during Cinco de Mayo weekend. But for boxing fans, it felt like a loss. Like many before him, Skull was not ready for the elite level in front of him, and he refused to fully engage, while Canelo seemed content to go through the motions and get the win.
Gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see, I'm different.
I see you too.
You see, I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We gonna
son.
see.
Interview 16. It is not all bad news, though there is some hope on the horizon with recent Canelo fights lacking the excitement and intensity fans are used to his next opponent, might finally bring back the Canelo everyone wants to see enter. Terence Crawford big money fights against weaker opposition have been a pattern in Canelo's career. For a while Saturday's bout followed the same script. But now Boxing News has confirmed a real matchup, one that will not let Canelo take it easy.
Situation.
The push. Tell me a little bit about that. Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And
Terence Bud Crawford, the former undisputed champion at welterweight and junior welterweight, will be Canelo's toughest opponent since Dimitri Bivol. And maybe even a tougher one. Credit also goes to Turki Alashi, who stepped into the ring and officially announced that on September 12th the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas will host the long-awaited super fight we have all been waiting for in front of 60,000 fans, while Canelo versus Bud was one of boxing's worst-kept secrets. The confirmation with a date and venue came at the perfect time after a weekend of slow and uninspiring fights. Standing in the ring, just feet away from Crawford, Canelo reacted to the announcement with quiet humility.
Hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Smith. It's real simple. Real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say it.
Crawford is one of the best out there, and I enjoy sharing the ring with fighters like that. It is my pleasure, Canelo said. For now, it looks like both men will keep things respectful. As the fight build-up continues, Crawford responded in the ring, saying, I am feeling blessed. Everything has happened for a reason, and there is a reason why I am here in September. I am going to show the world what greatness looks like. But maybe the biggest surprise came when Turki Alashi confirmed that UFC CEO Dana White would take the lead in promoting the Canelo versus Crawford event.
Here it is, the official face-off. The date, September 12th, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. For the undisputed super middleweight.
Could this be the first of many super fights Dana White will promote for Turki Alashi as they launch their new boxing venture under the TKO banner? Either way, the fans are the real winners. All eyes will be on what is easily one of the biggest fights of the last decade. Right alongside Fury versus Usyk, and Canelo will once again headline on Mexican Independence Day. What started as a bold dream from Terence Crawford after beating Errol Spence has now become a reality. People called him crazy for thinking this big, but now he has the fight he wanted. One thing is clear going into the ring: Crawford will not be hesitant like William Skull was on fight night. He is coming to make a statement. Unless Canelo has the right answers, he could be in for a serious test.
How are you feeling after your great performance tonight?
Oh, I feel great. I win, you know. I come to put a great show, but you know, to put a great show you need both fighters. So, but at the end of the day, win is a win.
Are you frustrated with William Scott?
Yeah, a little bit, but
what did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him, you know, you just come to, you can not win a fight like that, fighting like that, and he say, yeah.
The real question now is whether Crawford can pull off the upset 2 weight classes above his usual division and score the biggest win of his already Hall of Fame career. As fight night gets closer, the boxing world is holding its breath for what could be one of the most important matchups in recent memory. This is the kind of fight that will test whether weight really matters in boxing, or if pure skill and timing can erase the gap. What are your thoughts on the September 13th showdown between Terence Bud Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez? Do you believe Canelo's intense training camp gives him the edge, or do you think Crawford has what it takes to shock the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let us know how you see this one going. That's it for now. For more updates on boxing news, viral moments, major events, and fight night drama, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Until next time, peace.